Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. We got the crew here. Michael Shane Cannon, John the Father Grady, Vito Baby Mouth Calise, and we have a wonderful guest. Wonderful. So good. Guest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We wanted to, do you keep a kosher household?
I do keep a
You
kosher
do?
household. Yes.
So then these treats are for you.
Oh,
These
the
are the
gross
kosher
jelly ones? Yeah, I don't eat that stuff.
What?
It's so gross, but thank you.
Why don't you eat them?
Do you know the whole gelatin rule thing?
Horse hooves?
Right, so our candy and those things are made from fish gelatin, and you can tell. And it's, yeah.
So they taste like fishy?
They don't taste fishy, but they're not, like, properly chewy. Like candy without gelatin, you know it's Jewish candy.
Ugh. Yeah, because we went and got snacks, and we didn't have many kosher snacks.
I will eat it just out of appreciation.
No, you don't have to. I mean,
That also was the official Jewish noise. You go, ugh.
Yeah. I told Vito and John, I was like, hey, can we get snacks for Elizabeth? And they just came back with a box of Cheetos.
I eat Cheetos.
You do?
A lot, yes.
But they're not kosher.
They're kosher.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, you can have Cheetos.
What makes something kosher?
It's very complicated, but if it's like meat, for example, you can't eat it unless it has hooves or chews its cud twice. I don't know what that means, but a lot of animals we can't eat. Then they have to be killed correctly. So like chicken can be kosher, but I can't eat chicken at a non-kosher restaurant.
Got it. Okay.
That's
okay.
meat. We don't eat shellfish or pork.
So
the
there it
list
is.
keeps going, but I can eat all that.
Would you like some cranberry pumpkin seed?
Maybe not, but I might steal the Cheetos. If that's
Take the Cheetos. Yeah, whatever you want.
You know, last week you learned what halal was.
Yes. Yeah. So that's another reason why I'm so happy that you're here, because last week we had a Muslim guest on, our friend Kareem, and our fans hated it. And it bombed the episode.
They're like, equal time.
So I said, let me go the other way.
Did you say bomb the episode for a reason?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Thank
just
you.
making sure.
Elizabeth knows what's up.
I'm making sure.
She is quick. She was born and raised in New York City. Elizabeth Pipko, folks. Elizabeth Pipko, let me read, is the daughter of Jewish immigrants from the former Soviet Union. Thank you. As a model, Pipko worked with world-renowned agency Wilhelmina Models, which Vito knew very well. She appeared in top magazines like Maxim, Harper's Bazaar, and Vanity Fair Italia. She has worked for many years as a pro-Israel advocate. Okay, sorry. Pro-Israel advocate. Let's go. As well as on the front lines in the fight against anti-Semitism. You hear that, John? You piece of shit anti-Semite. In 2016, at just 21 years old, Pipko was a staffer on Donald J. Trump's successful presidential campaign. Ooh. She later ran the Exodus movement, a super PAC focused on the American-Israeli relationship and fighting anti-Semitism. John, Pipko is the founder of Lest People Forget. Lest People Forget, not molest people forget, lest people forget. The first digital Holocaust museum utilizing decentralized technology. Shout out Bitcoin. They always find a way. In 2020, Pipko published her memoir, Finding My Place, which debuted as a #1 new release. Elizabeth holds a bachelor's degree from Harvard University. I hold one from Nassau Community College. Mike holds one from Tappan Zee High School. And a master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania, you Quakers. Elizabeth is fluent in English, Russian, and Hebrew. In 2023, she was named on the Algemeiner.
I was waiting for that.
Algemeiner Journal's list of the 100 most influential Jewish people worldwide. She is currently the spokeswoman for the GOP. Wow. Welcome, Elizabeth Pipko, everybody.
I didn't know we were reading that.
I wanted to read it.
Good.
And now listen, the one that, first of all, welcome. Thank you. One of the most 100 most influential Jewish people, okay? So what we wanted to do here, just start it off, is we want to just get a base. We wanted to go, other influential Jewish people, and we wanted to ask you, do you think you're more influential than them? Here we go.
Shit. Okay.
Here we go. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
We're going to start off slow, ones that we just...
It's getting canceled right in the first
No, it's
5
okay.
minutes.
Bernie Sanders, more or less influential.
I'm definitely less influential.
Less influential than Bernie?
Oh, yeah. You see how many mittens that man sold? No.
He does have a lot of mittens, but he doesn't. He's not in Maxim.
I didn't
No,
realize
not
he had
yet.
an Etsy shop.
Not yet.
Would you subscribe to a Bernie Sanders OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Barbara Streisand, more or less influential.
Less influential.
Okay, to some. Maybe my mom might say Barbara's more influential, but the youth, John?
I've never listened.
I mean, you knew who Pipko was right away. It was a little creepy.
You're not.
Mark Zuckerberg?
He doesn't really talk much, so
Right.
maybe I could be a little more influential.
I think you are more influential than Mark Zuckerberg. I'd
I'll
rather
take
have
that
you
one.
out there.
That makes sense.
Jared Kushner, family friend.
No, he's more influential.
He's more
He made
influential.
peace in the Middle East.
He did make peace
Yeah,
in
I
the
Is
Middle
that
Middle
what's
East.
happening over there?
Well,
Yes.
then they changed it.
He made peace in the Middle
It
East.
didn't last that long.
Peace in the Middle East, and then let's cut to Iran bombing Israel.
Real quick.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG.
I mean, she's pretty influential because she didn't retire. She ruined the whole court for them. They're really upset about it. So I think she's influential now for the wrong reasons. People
One
are very
time,
upset.
one of my aunts had a Ruth Bader Ginsburg Russian doll. It was just like smaller and smaller versions of Ruth Bader
Oh, the
Ginsburg.
Matryoshka dolls. I know what that. Okay.
That's it. The enemy talk. Jon Stewart, more or
I
less
don't think
influential.
anyone's heard about him in some time, right?
Right. That old school Jon Stewart, Daily Show
He was
Jon
very
Stewart,
cool.
big deal.
I liked him a
Apple
lot.
TV Jon Stewart, you
No, yeah.
got him there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anne Frank.
I'm less influential than Anne Frank.
A lot of
Okay.
books.
Although a lot of people don't know who that is when they should.
I would read excerpts from the Anne Frank book to my daughter at night, and she told me to stop doing it. 'Cause
That
she
makes
was,
sense.
She was like, this is stupid. I was like, I would just want you to know that, like, look at how hard this girl's life was, and, like, you know, she still was able to, like, do her homework.
Like, I just want you to appreciate your toys.
Yes, and she won't. Jerry Seinfeld.
No, he's an icon.
Which, by the way, Vito wrote in Jerry Steinfeld. Way to really make it
Wow.
even Jewier, you anti-Semite piece
Wow.
of shit.
Vito's wearing a Palestinian flag boxer brief.
I like
Oh
how
my
we're
God.
pulling up who these people are.
Yes, I know, yeah.
So I can be reminded of who Anne Frank was.
Harvey
In case I forgot.
Harvey Weinstein
He's got me beat for sure.
got you beat. I know. You'd be a big
He's
actress.
got a lot of people beat.
Yeah. Andrew Schultz.
He's not Jewish. Is he Jewish?
He's on the list.
I like him a lot. I don't think he's Jewish.
I like him too. No,
Yeah,
he's not
there's no way
Jewish.
he's
He's not Jewish.
No.
Kyrie Irving.
Also, big Jew.
He is. He says he's Jewish.
Oh, the whole Black Israelite
Black
thing. That's
Israel
a whole
thing.
other conversation.
Okay, well, we're going to get to that. And then
Great.
last but not least, our boy, your boy, not so much, her boy, Jesus Christ.
It's a little influential.
Yeah, I would say he's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. So I think that overall Elizabeth is, I think I would say out of the 100 most influential Jewish people who I would consider right now, I would put Elizabeth in the top 20 of most influential Jews.
Damn.
I mean, it did stop raining the minute you got
By
here.
the way,
The minute
you're welcome, guys.
you walked in.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth, now what are you doing now? So what does it mean to be spokesperson of the GOP?
You know, I didn't think this would come up. Let's just say Donald Trump tweeted about me this morning. So it's been
Oh,
a morning.
whoa.
Or truthed about me. Sorry, we don't tweet. He truthed on his app.
Did he truth about you? Let's pull it up. What did he say?
I mean, if you can find it, I have it.
Let's
on-
find it. Let's find it.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't anything.
Has that
crazy.
feeling dulled over time, or do you still get just as jacked when he tweets about
It's
you?
only happened like 4 or 5 times in my
Okay.
whole life. Hasn't happened in a few years. Oh, God.
Donald Trump Jr. liked one of my posts once.
That's good.
So
Yeah,
he.
so-
Oh, actually, no. Chuck sent it to me. What am I talking about? Chuck sent it to me. Chuck.
Did he? He hasn't
Shout
talked
out
to me
Chuck.
today. Shout out Chuck.
Chuck sent it. He said Donald Trump tweeted Elizabeth Pipko, RNC spokesperson, and Harrison Fields, former White House spokesperson, were great tonight on Fox News with Trace Gallagher. Young, smart, with common sense, nice to watch. So you were on Fox News last night. Mm-hmm. There you go.
It's a lot of that.
Let me ask you this, because here's what happens a lot with the social media, right? Everybody thinks their life
Yeah.
is like on social media and crazy, and like us as comics, like we get a lot of people always hate us, and I fucking hate you, and I'm gonna come to your show, and blah blah blah.
Right.
Nothing ever happens in real life.
No.
So on the internet, I'm sure you turn on your internet, whatever,
Yeah.
and you get destroyed on social media. People call you all these names, but in person, not one person has ever said anything to you ever, right? Or very, very infrequently. Do they ever physically say anything to
Very
you?
infrequently, but I have been spit on a few times
Somebody spit on you?
in synagogue.
You got hucked to it?
I got hooked to it. Yeah.
sucks.
Somebody hot
Not
to
in
you?
the fun way, but yes.
In the synagogue, they spit on you.
Yeah.
Why?
That was rough.
That's not. That's
There's a lot
not.
of infighting in the community over politics.
Oh, okay. So that okay, but here's the argument though. It's still in the synagogue. It's because they know who you are already previously, so they got mad about
Yeah, they're
something.
upset.
That's a
Right.
huck Jua.
A hawk Jewa. Thanks. Give Mike the point on that. Judges, give Mike the point on that. Hawk Jua. And that's what this episode will be called. Elizabeth Pipko, Hawk Jua. And so that's different because that's like almost like your family. Like my family's
Well, I
mad at
didn't
me.
know who she was. My
Okay.
family also hates me, but that's another conversation. Yeah,
Do
no.
they?
Some people, yeah.
Like not your mom and
No,
your mom
my
and
mom
papa.
No, they're good.
Right.
They're good.
And you're not. I just want to make it clear because you did say in the beginning, Russian parents. You are not a spy. You're not spying for the Soviet Union.
I mean, I can't say anything.
Right,
Honestly.
but you're not.
I'm not.
You're not.
She's not.
It's like when you have to ask an undercover if they're a cop, you have to say.
They're like, no, I'm not.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So that's different because I feel like it's synagogue. It's like, people know. I know you didn't know who she was, but like, it's a smaller
Right.
community.
But yeah, no one comes up to me. No,
Right.
no one cares.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I feel like people get all bent out of shape. Nobody really fucking cares.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm interested in the family stuff, though. Like, how do you reconcile that? Not to get into specifics about the drama, but just
Yeah.
in terms of like, everybody, politics is like the #1 wedge that is driven between family members.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to consider that from somebody who actually works in the field, because people just for free disavow family all the time at Thanksgiving. Like, you vote for him, you're fucking out, I hate you, we'll never talk again. But your living comes
Right.
from that.
The problem is that my family actually is more Republican than I am. They're not
Terrifying.
against my views. They just don't like me getting to
Gotcha.
where I am.
Got it. Well, I get
Oh,
it.
no kidding.
Yeah. Families are fucking weird.
Families are weird.
It's just you can't. It's,
My mom yells at me all the time about my comedy, but then wants tickets to the shows. Let's talk about. Did you see Michael Jordan's son doing blow in
I did
France?
see that this
Let's
morning.
talk about it. I want to see now. Mike, big ex-cocaine addict, loved coke.
Yeah.
So I want to know what type of just off the video here. Was it good coke, bad coke?
There's no way he's ever getting bad coke, dude.
It's not possible.
It probably leapt off of the thing into his nose for him. Like,
Right.
that's how good it was.
Here it is. He kind of looks like, I thought when you guys sent this to me, it was who's James Bond? Idris Elba. I thought it was Idris
he's not
Elba.
James Bond. He's the one that should have been James Bond.
Yeah.
But he
they
wasn't
didn't
James
pick
Bond.
No,
him.
rumored.
No.
Who they picked?
Right.
Elliot Page?
Yeah, EP.
Shout him out. Shout out EP. So I guess here's the thing. People are mad, but it's like, what do you want the guy to do? Like, he's doing a little blow. His dad's Michael Jordan. He's in France. What else are you going to do?
He's got
there?
a full spread of food. The idea of even consuming anything food related after doing bumps of coke is just a completely different evening.
By the way, the research on watermelon has turned around. Everybody would say watermelon was like so bad for you. Now all the fitness experts are like, dude, eat watermelon. Everybody loves watermelon now. It's like a good fruit.
Okay.
Jasmine used to think that I was a cocaine addict when we first met because I was constantly going to the bathroom. It was just because I had to pee all the time.
You just drank too much
I
coffee.
have an overactive bladder. I was
too.
born with an overactive bladder. And what I notice now is when I get the urge to pee, I pee right away. And it's always little spurts of pee. But now I'll just wait. I have a 3-year-old daughter. I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. And my 3-year-old will just like wait. Like she'll just do pee-pee dances. And then she'll just let out like a 10-minute long piss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me learn from her. So that's what I do now. And I'm finding myself peeing less because I'm just kind of dealing with the urge. I'm kind of like letting the urge to pee work for me. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I'm going to start working on this. I
Yes.
also have the small bladder thing.
Yeah, but
It's a
don't.
problem.
My advice to you is don't go out there and start peeing like right when you
I
have
was
to.
told that's what you're supposed to
No,
do.
give it a minute.
Okay.
Give it a minute, and then you'll have
Grow your
better,
tolerance.
You'll have better, longer pees.
Okay, thank you.
That's good advice though, because I am the same way where like the first sign of discomfort, I'm jumping to the bathroom, and it felt like it was coming out like somebody kept stepping on a hose. It would like stop and then a gush and then stop and a gush. So now same thing, hold it for a while and then I cry a little bit and it feels really
It
good.
sounds like you have a lot of opinions on how women should control their bodies.
I was
Yes,
thinking
I
the
do.
same thing. That's what I was.
Come on,
You can tell he does coke a lot though,
Yeah.
because that's a cocaine instrument. It's not
Okay.
like I was doing it off of keys and
Yeah.
off the webbing of my finger. This guy has like the Sarah Michelle
This-
Gellar
but my
crucifix
thing
from
is,
Cruel
This
Intentions.
is also breakfast coke, which is wild because like you have to think like that means he is dedicating from this moment until he's done, like until he goes to bed. Like this day is all about coke.
What if we're all just assholes and he's just doing ketamine to get his mental health in line?
All right, this podcast sponsored by the good folks at BetterHelp. Shout out BetterHelp. Mental health, very important. We both use BetterHelp. We're both in therapy. We believe we're better biological men for it.
Absolutely.
And because here's the thing of what I like about BetterHelp too, is it's all done online, entirely done online. You don't have to go to a brick and mortar actual therapist office, which in theory sounds good, but in reality, there's a lot of times where like I would be like, I got therapy at 11, I got to leave here at 9:30. I'm like, I'm just going to find an excuse to cancel, as opposed to dealing with my mental health anxiety issues all the way up to 11, just signing on, and then boom, my therapist is right there.
Truly no excuse. If you can find a quiet place, you could do it on your phone.
Yeah.
So this is therapy truly for the busy people. So BetterHelp is amazing. Also, they let you pick your doctor. So if you get matched with somebody that you don't vibe with, you can then, go on down the line and try to find somebody that you do get along with.
BetterHelp wants what's best for you, which sometimes these companies want what's best for them. BetterHelp wants what's best for you. So if you're in therapy and it's just not vibing, like Mike said, you can switch. And you take a questionnaire where they basically they ask you all these questions, and then they match you up with what therapist they think would be best for you. So it's awesome. And right now you get a beautiful discount. All you got to do is go to BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/chaos. Going to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/chaos. Go do it. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp.
Never.
Renters, listen up. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? Well, it's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Bilt Rewards comes in. That's B-I-L-T Rewards. Listen, real talk. We've all been there feeling like we're burning cash with those rent checks. It's frustrating, right? But here's the deal. Bilt Rewards has figured out a way to make rent more rewarding. Say goodbye to the money bonfire and hello to a renter's revolution with Bilt. Okay. Oh, all right. My daughter just kicked me in the nuts. Bilt is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month, pay your rent and watch the Bilt points roll in. Pay rent hassle-free through the Bilt Rewards app. Love that app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Bilt points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. Shout them out. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbilt.com/chaos. That's joinbilt.com/chaos. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you, baby. Joinbilt.com/chaos to start earning points with your rent payments today. A lot of people do ketamine now, but my thing is like, what's the big deal? So what? He's doing a little fucking blow. He's Michael Jordan's kid.
Yeah.
It's like, my thing is like, what do you want? What do you think the children of famous athletes are going to do? People are like, privileged life. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry it didn't happen for you. I'm sorry you weren't fucking lucky enough to be the son of Michael Jordan.
Isn't that why MJ shot all those free throws? Like, worked that hard, like, so his kids didn't have to do it?
Yeah, if I literally was Michael Jordan, I wouldn't even come. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah. He's in France doing coke. He's a grown man.
He's a pretty rough-looking 33-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's the one who's with Pippen's wife.
He
They
was.
were.
They're not
He was.
together anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, whatever. The kid's doing blow. Me personally, not a big deal. What do you think, Elizabeth?
Ooh, I've never done anything. I'm really boring like
Survey
that.
says that's a lie.
Like, I've never smoked weed. Like, literally nothing in my life. I'm not very
Not
cool.
one thing. Even alcohol. You don't do
No,
alcohol.
I'm Russian.
All right.
No, a lot of drinking.
So
but
no weed, no coke, no ketamine, no heroin.
No, a lot of Xanax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to say that counts as something?
When
though?
you're Jewish, that's just like a normal.
Right, that you just take
we'll
that.
Just do that.
Right,
But
okay.
I've seen a lot of coke because I grew up in New York City.
Sure.
So everyone I knew was doing it or needing help to do it, or I was providing credit cards. Apparently, they use that for
Yes.
stuff. So I don't see as a big. I just assumed they were all doing it. 'Cause
Right.
Everyone I knew was doing it, and they're a lot less famous, a lot less wealthy.
But you don't care. But this doesn't bother you. Michael Jordan's son doing blow.
Nothing bothers me. I don't.
You don't
like, what am I
care.
supposed to do with that?
I'm kind of like that too. I don't
Yeah.
care See, Mike and I have children. You don't have children yet, right?
Not yet.
Mike and I have children, so we really don't care like about anything. Where we're just like, like I say, it's like, bomb, kill everybody.
Could you
Kill
imagine
me.
even seeing that and having an opinion?
That's the problem. I don't understand.
literally
I don't know why
couldn't
anyone cares.
care less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not doing coke. I don't care to do coke. I think I'll start doing hard drugs in the late, my 80s.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do
heroin.
it. Because the peer pressure for me, you can't really peer pressure me into doing anything. So I'm just too old now. I'm fucking gonna be 40 in 3 weeks. So
What's your first hard drug?
I think I would come out of the gate, and I would probably do PCP.
Great one.
Yep.
What a great one. Oft forgotten when it comes to like, I'm going to make a leap.
Yep.
I'm going to start with PCP.
I go to PCP or that's angel dust, right?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
go
even
to
know
angel
what this
dust.
is. What is this?
Huh?
What is this?
Angel dust?
Yeah.
PCP, pull up people on PCP. Elizabeth?
Please
when-
educate
When
me.
people go on PCP, they fucking snap. I mean, in a way that cops have told me, when a guy's on angel dust, he is impossible to handcuff. He is impossible. You have to tranquilize
It's
him.
a lot of Florida man stuff. Like
Bath
when
salts,
they're like,
yeah.
oh, they tried to like tranquilize him
Right.
or take him down with a taser, and he just like moves
Are we pulling
through
up
it with no
guys
I'm
on
in
problem.
Florida
PCP?
now, so I've probably seen
Yes.
a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, men on PCP.
Wasn't that what the Coney 2012 guy was on when he ran naked down his block and
Yes.
started freaking out?
Whoa, that's a great callback. Do you remember Coney? Elizabeth
Yeah.
was 3.
Will
I
Sylvans.
wish. I do remember this.
Coney 2012.
That lady's name is Maureen Bunyan. Imagine your last name was Bunyan. Oh, that would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, see, like people are just this guy's on PCP just snapping.
Is that
Wow.
a machete?
But that doesn't look
at that.
fun. Like I don't.
He's got a Bernie Sanders shirt on. Could you imagine?
I
That guy looks like a normal guy.
he's
Like
in a blazer.
just went to work and did a little angel dust.
That's the scary thing, and I don't know how much it happens now, but like people used to smoke weed and lace it and like fuck with people sometimes. So that would happen when they were just thinking they were going to get high at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, and then they'd flip out and just go
Right.
through the rest of their day on that. But also Method Man and all those dudes from Wu-Tang talked about how they used to love smoking dust. Like it was a go-to for them all the time.
Elizabeth, hard drug in your 80s. Which one are you going to go with? Just to try one.
When I was younger, a lot of people started doing mushrooms, and I would be like the babysitter, and they'd pay me to just make sure no one died.
Yeah.
And they always seemed like they were having a really good time.
Right.
So maybe when I'm like 90,
You would do that.
I would do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mike will provide that. Mike's a
See
big
God
mushroom guy.
before seeing God.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's it, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good
Now,
idea.
Yeah.
what's the day what's a normal Elizabeth Pipko day? What time are you waking up? What are we doing? Take us through a Pipko day.
It's not a lot of fun.
What's in the Pipko planner?
So no one really knows this about me, but I was a competitive figure skater growing up. I was supposed to go to the Olympics, and then my life was destroyed when I tore my ankle into a million pieces.
What
Whoa.
happened? Nancy Kerrigan?
I wish. That would be a lot cooler.
Who was
no.
your favorite figure skater growing up?
Can I guess? Oksana Bayou.
That's what I was going to guess.
No, she did marry my third cousin, though.
What?
She did.
You are connected to Ascana
I
Bayou?
think they divorced. Ascana.
Give Elizabeth.
Oh,
if
thank you for
If you
this.
do anything
Great.
for me in my life, you would get Ascana Bayou on this fucking podcast.
probably do that.
love Ascana Bayou.
You know it's Oksana.
Okasana Bayou. Katarina Witt. Remember
Yes.
Katarina
I
Witt?
do, I love
used to
her.
watch.
Full Bush on Playboy.
Yes.
Katarina Witt.
How did I
Dude,
not know this? Really?
It's an unbelievable spread too. I found it in my
Remember,
dad's drawer.
It was in the Olympics. I forgot what year, but I remember being a little kid, being obsessed with like Chrissy Yamaguchi,
Of course.
Bayou,
Yeah.
Katarina Witt. Who else were other? Scott Hamilton. Remember that guy, Scott? Brian
Brian
Boyd
Boitano doing
And I
backflips.
remember I would shout out my Aunt Janet. I would watch figure skating with my Aunt Janet, and I was just a little queer boy.
Yeah, dude, my dad would sit watching Oksana Bayou from this close to the TV,
Yeah.
and I did not register how creepy that was.
I remember my father on the phone with my mother, like in the, 1992, whatever Olympics they were, I was a little kid, and he was like, listen, he can watch, the girls, but like he's watching the guys figure skating all day here. Like, you got to just have him get out of the house. You can't just sit there and watch the guys figure skate.
Kid's wearing a tinsel T-shirt around the house.
So let me ask you this. First of all,
Yeah.
great flexibility.
Thank
I mean,
you.
Mike, what would you do to get your asshole that wide open?
Anything.
I'm also
anything and
spinning
everything.
there. I'd like it known I'm spinning.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I'm not just doing that. For
That's
whatever.
Chelsea
that-
Piers, right?
That is Chelsea Pierce. Yeah.
That's that death spin thing that gets faster
It's
and
called
faster.
a Y spin.
I like Vito's like that.
I've
Chelsea
watched Cutting Edge.
So you get
Toe
it.
pick.
toe pick. Vito's like, that's Chelsea Piers, right? And then if like you zoom in, you see Vito in the back with binoculars. And Vito's like locked in.
Chelsea Piers.
Wait, so why? So you tore your what was it? The ankle?
So I definitely broke the record for the injuries. I broke my femur, like sliced all the way up.
That's so hard to do.
Up vertically?
So I broke it like right at my knee, and then
How?
I kept training because I had psycho Russian coaches, so it kept shattering up into my hip.
Uh-huh.
So I all the way up, just cracked. That was fun.
But wait. Oh, so over time you broke your femur little by little?
I had a crack right here, right above my kneecap, and then I had a competition in 3 months, and they were like, Tylenol, you'll be fine.
What?
Yeah, so I was like 14. So that cracked all the way up into here. I broke my tailbone 4 times. I had a skate to the head. I still have a scar there. Almost died there.
In like a doubles competition, whatever?
I wish. No, this girl and I. So in skating, you can go lefty or righty, and we do everything the opposite direction. So this girl was lefty. I was going righty into a jump, and I guess we were like in each other's blind spots. Stepped forward. I fell. Her toe pick sliced my forehead open.
What?
And then I fell head first on the ice.
So you just bled out on the. You were just.
I
leaking?
laid in a hospital for 14 hours, and it wouldn't stop bleeding.
This is in Russia?
This is in Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay.
It's not that cool. And then once they were like, okay, you're done bleeding, they had to tear it open again so they could stitch it or glue it, whatever, back together nicely. So that was terrifying.
Wow.
I had that. I had everything. And then when I was 16, I was jumping on the floor. We do like off ice training, and I guess the floor was wet or something, and I came down on one leg from a jump on the side of my foot, and I tore 3 ligaments, 2 tendons. My Achilles snapped in half. I bruised every bone, and that was it.
Your Achilles snapped in half?
Yep.
I'm literally like, for the last month, been like bitching about my Achilles, and I'm putting arthritis cream on it. I'm like, I can't do anything. And you snapped your Achilles in half, and you're like, get the back out there.
I wish it was. No.
You couldn't. That one you actually couldn't walk.
Like bright green in maybe 9 seconds.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
So most pain you've ever had in your life?
No.
No? Well, what got worse than that?
You know, like the adrenaline shock of like,
Yes.
yeah, no, like I've had falls on the ice that were worse that I had to get up from. No, it was like you don't feel anything. You're numb from the knee down. Everything's green and blue and swollen.
I feel like if you ever like want to have kids and give, like, you're just going to be that lady that just fucking raw dogs childbirth.
Wow.
Just shoots
I
it
am
out.
so repulsed by childbirth.
Oh,
I
that's
don't think I
good.
could ever. It's a problem. I don't think I could ever do it. I'm C-sectioning it up. Cut me open. Don't. Yeah.
You do want kids though.
My husband wants kids. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So he's Russian.
It's my job.
Yeah,
Like,
that's your job.
That's what you got to do.
You're my wife.
Yeah, either in the kitchen or giving birth. And
So you think you had a shot at the Olympic team?
I did. I was asked by the Israeli Olympic team to go to the Olympics. It was actually a pair skater who got hurt. And they were like, do you want to take her spot and go to the Olympics? We have the slot. If you skate with him for like 4 months, like you'll learn whatever pairs things. You already have all the elements. You've been doing them. Like you can go to the Olympics.
Wow.
And I did not because I was in a cast for a year.
What
crying in
Olympics
bed.
was it? Do you remember?
Russia, 2014.
Oh my God, Russia 20. Is that Sochi?
That was my dream
Oh
to
my
go
God.
back to Russia.
And
yeah.
you could have went and did it.
Yeah.
Imagine you would have went there and they would have arrested you.
They probably would have killed me. Yeah.
That guy, the Russian journalist. No, not the journal.
The
That
trade, the 3-way trade.
the 3-way trade. Did we get? Was that a good deal or a bad deal for us? Did we get? Who did we give up? It was classic stuff, right? What was it again?
Classic stuff.
Like
Just a
the
few.
most
Like
recent one,
Russian
right?
got assassins back, and we got gay guys.
We got a journalist and
Yeah.
a veteran.
Yeah, but he's. I mean, I'm happy he's home.
Yeah.
Bring these guys home. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 3. Yeah, the freed Americans. Okay, but that was like last week, right? There'll be another one.
This one was big because it came in right after the deadline.
Right, came in right after the trade deadline, which is big. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I mean, you know, politics. For me at least, politics is just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what's happening. You know, I'm on a group chat with my friends. They think it's the Illuminati. Like they think everything. I have friends from home. Okay, I mean, I can't explain to you how low on the rung of the entertainment business I'm in, right? I mean, I'm doing podcasts from the corner of my house, but whatever, right? But my friends genuinely, who I've known since I'm a little kid, genuinely think that because I'm in the field of entertainment, which is similar to the field of politics, they genuinely think that I'm in the Illuminati, that I know secrets, that I've had to drink the blood of children. So it's a little bit where it's like, dude, I've known you my entire life. And they will say to me, that's what you've been trained to say.
Same.
Like, there's nothing I could do to convince them that I'm not at all anything that you think. I feel it's even worse with politics. Like,
I get asked about aliens every day.
Every day.
As if I'm going to fucking know anything.
Well, I
about
texted
aliens.
my friends in the group chat. I said, do you have any questions for Elizabeth Pipko? What do they say?
Aliens.
Is she a lizard?
Actually, I get that one a lot.
Yes.
That might be the Jew thing. I don't know. But
Are Jews lizards?
some
I thought they were. I thought they were.
Lizards. You know what? I'm gonna let Pipko answer that
No,
one.
but it's not that everyone's like calling everyone lizard people. I don't really know where it comes from.
It's kind of like the Shadow Realm elite, right? It's supposed to be the people that are in charge
it's a
of everything.
compliment.
I think it's
I
somewhat.
thought it was like
yeah.
my lack of lips. Like I didn't know it was. I don't pay. I don't know.
This episode of Chrissy Chaos is brought to you by Pestie. We live in New York. We're familiar with pests. We have bugs. I'm in the sticks right now. We
Yep.
have a hornet problem. So now I'm gonna get the good folks of Pestie on the case, which
Dude,
I'm very excited about.
Pestie is dope. I use them. I had a bumblebee. I mean, listen, I had bumblebees, which they took care of, but then the real one, because you hear like mosquitoes, and you're like, oh, whatever. I just live in New York, whatever. The mosquitoes are gonna just be a problem, a bane of my existence. Pestie came in. I don't know how the hell they did it. I don't have mosquitoes in my backyard anymore.
So guys, Pestie is a do-it-yourself pest control company on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control products at an affordable price so you can say hello to savings and goodbye to bugs at a fraction of the cost. The cost of most pest control people, which I don't, we've all dealt with it. They are expensive.
Yeah.
It's wild. So with Pestie, there's no more waiting for all day for the bug guy to show up when you can just spray it yourself in a few minutes. Other pest control companies charge hundreds. You get it again for a fraction of the cost.
Well, I was going to say, what I like about Pestie is they have the 100% bug-free guarantee or your money back. Another company that stands by their service, which I just absolutely love. 100% bug-free or they refund you. And if you're not happy with Pestie, they understand, and that's why they're going to make sure that you're happy with them. So right now, if you're having a pest issue, go to pestie.com/chaos. Use the code chaos for an extra 10% off your order. That's pestie.com/chaos for 10% off, and make sure you use that promo code chaos so they know that I sent you 10% off. Shout out Pestie. Try to get in here, you pests. Well, let me ask you this. This is actually a thing. Because of like the political climate getting like a little violent, do you worry? Are you a little nervous about like being involved in all this? Because I have a friend who's a comic. I won't say his name. You want to hear it? It's at patreon.com/Christy Comedy. That's when I'll tell you the truth. But he was saying that he's getting really big now, and like a lot of politicians are like starting to know who he is and like follow him. And he's like, it makes me a little nervous because he's like, I feel like there's some nut out there that could associate me with this, and then I just get shot at, in today's world. Do you ever think about that?
Every day, I'm like, today's the day I get stabbed. On the
Really?
street. If you read my messages, it's like, this is how you deserve to be raped and killed. But that's everyone's messages.
Yeah.
But like, as a small woman, I'm like, that could very easily
Right.
Like you get off Fox News and everyone's like, I hope you die, and this is how it's going to happen. I'm going to videotape it, and then I'll send the body to your parents. And it's like, okay.
Right. So then what do you do? Do you have like extra security? Do you know Taekwondo?
I'm just winging it. Like, whatever's meant
Really?
to be.
Do you have mace?
I don't. I have guns in Florida, but I've never carried one with
You want
me.
pepper spray? We got pepper spray.
I just feel like I'd just wuss out in the moment. Like, I just feel like whatever God
You
wants.
would pepper spray yourself?
That's fine. I would like fall down and like, do whatever,
yeah.
take my own clothes off and just like pepper spray
Pepper spray myself.
Are you well versed in combat, or is there a part of you that thinks like if I get assassinated or hurt, that actually is good for my career? Because I think about it all the time in the sense that I might just even fake it.
And that's what you do now.
Yeah.
I did kickbox for like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I wanted to hurt someone, I could, but not if they like have a gun or a knife. Like there's nothing I could do.
Sure, but hand to
Plus,
hand.
like you said, the PR.
Yes.
Like if you survive, the PR is worth whatever you go through. Like
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, I feel like for me, if someone was gonna kill me, I think the best way to kill me, because I'm always like, especially I've been taking the subway again. You just push me in front of the subway. That's the way to get me.
It's a great way to die.
You're not gonna get me with a bullet. You're not gonna stab me. You're gonna have to go through too many layers of fat, and I wear too many t-shirts when I go outside. but push me in front of a train, I'm dead. Because I'm always kind of looking at my phone on the subway, just like, mindlessly scrolling. And I feel like that's the way I'd prefer to go.
And then you'd become a political ad.
Yes.
So they would be like, look at the crime in New York. And they would play that video everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I would want people to go out there and on the D train in Manhattan, just write the word Chrissy in front of it. The Chrissy D train. That's what I would hope
Just
for.
put a white bike with flowers right in front of the subway.
yeah. It's my face smashed up. Oh, you're pulling up this. So your father-in-law was at this Trump shooting.
Yeah. Did he tell you this? Did Chuck tell you? Like, did I talk about this?
Am I not allowed to?
No, you can't. I'm just like, you know something. That's very cool.
No, yeah, because, we do our research here at the Chrissy Chaos podcast.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
He's going to be very excited. Though.
Yeah.
No one ever knows
I know. I'm
anything
like
about
getting
me.
nervous. I'm like, oh, shit.
No, I'm like,
Is that off limits?
No,
No good?
he's going to be so excited about
If it is, bleep it out and go to patreon.com/Christy Comedy. Okay, yeah, so your
was.
father-in-law was there. Okay. Now, what was he doing there? Just
He's a big supporter. Every time there is a rally within 100, that's a bad calculation. You can tell I don't drive. Within 20 miles,
He's
50
going.
miles maybe, he's like, I'm there, let's go. We got him VIP tickets. He was like a sheriff in Buffalo, so you know the type of man he brought.
Which is a big deal to be a chef.
He's a very cool dude, and he's bigger than Donald Trump. Like he's like
physically,
like 6'4". Like he'll kill you. He's a very, very scary man.
Not that.
Yeah. So he came with I think his other cop friends, and was sitting very, very close behind Donald Trump. So the same moment that he went down, I was like, wait, fuck, my father-in-law.
So you had that panic of like, is my dad dead right now?
I don't think when you were watching it, you knew it was a gun. Like, I didn't know what was happening.
Right.
I saw Donald Trump went down. Then he got up, and there's, like, blood on his face. And I was like, fuck, he's literally right behind him. And then I called him up, and he was all fired up. He's like, I'm finding the shooter. I got this. And it's like,
He's Dan Bilzerian at the Vegas shooting.
No, like, he's like, I see them dragging him out now. Like, I would have dragged him out faster. Like, he's...
Okay, so
Doesn't give
because
a-
this is interesting to get like a firsthand,
He was right
like,
there, yeah.
right there from your dad, because the media or whatever, whoever you want to believe is like, oh, that they knew about it and it took so long for them to find him, but your dad was there. He said
he thought they were dragging him out. It was actually the guy I think that either got hurt or died, because it was like 10 seconds after it happened. He's like, I think they just found him because they're carrying someone out. He was just scrambling looking for the guy himself because that's what he would do in the situation.
Got it.
And then later we realized that was probably someone that got hurt, and the shooter was on a roof somewhere.
was on a roof somewhere else. But so do you believe then that because yesterday a comic cornered me? I won't say who he is. Again, patreon.com. I'll name names. A comic cornered me, asking me if I believed that it was an inside job from Trump's own people, and I'm like, I'm just trying to write new jokes about my mother. I have new bits about my mother and about being a man. I don't want to answer this, but what do you think?
Our own team, as in like I would have been involved?
Yes.
Like,
Were you involved in the
did
Trump
this?
assassination? Yeah. Are you Thomas Matthew Crooks?
Let me just tell you, there is no chance in hell anyone that works for Donald Trump could possibly pull this off. Like, it's impossible.
Well, I don't know about that, Elizabeth, because I heard reports that after the shot was fired, somebody did a triple axel off the roof.
And followed with a sow cow.
And landed perfectly.
More likelihood that's Tanya Harding than me.
So I don't think so either. I don't think
No, Donald Trump did not nearly assassinate himself and have the guy be so skilled that he missed by an inch.
Right.
So he can create the most iconic photo ever.
Do you want to? Should we talk? Can we call your dad, or is that too much?
We can, but my sister-in-law gets married this weekend, so they're having some chaos, I think.
Okay.
But we probably could.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I would like to just hear a first-hand account.
You want me to call him?
Yeah. Call your dad.
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
Dad-in-law.
Oh, your father-in-law. Your husband's father.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to call him up?
Yes. Let's call your husband's dad. Shout out Buffalo. Shout out. I'll actually be in the Buffalo Niagara area in September
Oh, so they have to go.
at a casino. Yes.
Nice.
Triple headline.
Casinos.
Chrissy Casinos, baby. We got one this weekend. Well, it passed already in
He
Minneapolis.
might not answer.
Okay, if he doesn't answer, that's okay.
He's going to really enjoy this.
What's his name?
Dan?
Okay. Put him on speaker.
Oh, his phone might be off. That doesn't help.
I'll leave him a message.
You want to?
Yeah.
We can do that.
Sorry, I missed your call. Please leave your name and number.
Tell him to see you in Buffalo.
And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.
Hi, Mr. Dan. My name is Chris Distefano. I'm a comedian. I have your daughter-in-law, Elizabeth Pipko, on the show right now, and she told us about your heroic actions at the Trump rally where he almost got shot, and you stood up and looked for that shooter. And I just want to say thank you so much for protecting the good people of Buffalo and protecting Donald Trump. And the only real Buffalo wings are at Anchor Bar, baby. Thank you. Sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry if I offended you.
Love you. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I didn't plug my show at all. All right. Well, hopefully he
That's gonna
calls.
be a great conversation.
Hopefully he calls back because it is like I don't know anyone. I don't even have 6 degrees of separation of anyone who's even remotely there. So what did he say? What did he say that? What was his reaction?
Like in the moment?
Like
I mean,
my question is
yeah.
like, does he believe in any of the conspiracies
No.
or anything like that? He's like, I know what happened. I was there.
I mean, he's worried, like, how the fuck Secret Service allowed someone to nearly assassinate
Right.
the President of the United States. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But no, he does not think that we did it.
He's not thinking it's like an inside job at all. Okay.
It's fun. I'm always interested though how
Because
like
people, I'm
It
just bringing.
depends what you mean by inside. Like, inside, as in someone wanted to kill Donald Trump, or as in Donald Trump decided he was going to stage this act, which is virtually impossible.
Yeah, that I don't believe.
No.
Or do they say that the powers that be? What I heard was the
Illuminati. That's what
Right,
we're talking-
conspiracy
okay.
I heard was, again, this is from the group chat. Conspiracy I heard is that they tried to, do everything they could to dislodge Trump's candidacy. They tried to, put him in jail, economy, nothing's working. They're like, now we just got to start taking shots at this guy. And that they would continue to take shots at him throughout if he continued to run. And so that's what like all the conspiracies were. But I'm like, I don't buy that. I think the guy just fucking took a shot at him.
yeah.
I just think somebody just they just missed. That's just what it is.
Certainly seemed like he had a pretty inept team surrounding him for
Yeah,
sure.
see, that's the problem. That's where we should.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally, if I had to picture what your father-in-law looked like, it's this guy with the glasses right next to Trump. That looks like when you tell me you have a father-in-law that's the fucking head honcho from Buffalo, New York, it's this guy, baby.
He's going to save this clip
Yes.
of this moment and play this every time someone comes over till the end of time.
Dude, shout out Mr. Dan.
Also, he's very Italian, so they
Yeah.
really appreciate you.
Shout out
Yeah.
Mr. Dan. Okay, just, I listen, I wish I was your son-in-law. Actually, you know what, dude? I wish I was your wife. I want to be your wife, sir. I love you, and I give you my full you have my full support in whatever you want to do. When I come to Buffalo, you have front row seats, and then I'm sleeping over after.
See, the problem is they're going to be there, and I swear to you, like, my mother-in-law's already going to start cooking for whatever. Like, now
Yeah.
they expect you to come over.
I'm literally coming over.
Okay,
I love
I'll
Buffalo.
send you the address after.
Send me the
That's
address.
it. You've
We'll do it.
committed. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know. Politics just like isn't like. I just wish I knew more.
You don't need to know anything.
It's
not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
No.
I mean, let's.
What would you do with the information? Because I've thought the same thing, and then I'm like, well, what would I debate
Well, do you
somebody? Would I
vote?
yeah?
Oh, so that's all.
I mean, I don't know if I will this time, but I am saying I don't know what I would do with reading more, researching more. Were you going to change somebody's mind? It's futile to share the information. It's better to just self-educate and then make your own decision, I guess. I
Right.
don't know. I'm just curious. What would you do if you knew more?
Honestly, dude, if I knew any more, nothing. Just, you know
what I mean? It's just such an interesting thing.
Just keep. Yeah, I don't even. That's a good question. I would do. Honestly, I don't think anything about my life would change at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw a clip. I agree. I saw a clip of Ari Shaffir and Rob Lowe talking the other day where they're talking about how every election is always this is the election that's going to go down in history. And Ari was like, shut up.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's 40 years of every election is the election. Just go live your life. That's how I want to be. Just go live your fucking life.
That's a marketing campaign for new voters. That's somebody who hasn't been through this before. We've gone through several elections already, so we have the fatigue of that, where we're just we get it. Every single election is the most important, and you can make a case for why each one is the most important. But it's also we've heard this over and
Yeah.
over and over again, so who gives a shit?
I mean, this one's a little important, but after this one,
How do you, this is, because anytime I do watch any political type show, How do you? Because I can know everybody always has like an agenda, right? How do you have to like say to yourself before the cameras go on like to keep calm because like questions will be asked at you in a way to like unsettle you or to like kind of they kind of do like what my mom does.
You're
where,
almost
like,
on the stand.
Yeah, they'll do that, and they'll ask me like my mom will do this thing. Well, she'll ask me a question, but she's really telling me how she feels. Like, do you really think it's a good idea to buy that house, Chris?
Sounds
Do
like
you
my
really? And I'm like, just tell me you don't
Right.
think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That would be better. I would be so much less mad at you if you just said, Chris, I don't think it's a good idea. Just be honest with me. And I feel like I see a lot on both sides. Journalists do that. Reporters do that to like the opposite sides. And I just feel like there's times when I'm like, I would love to just tell this person, like, shut the fuck up, stop asking me the question that way. But you guys never do it. So, like, how do you do that?
I think on most people that do it to go viral, not because they're actually angry.
Right.
Like everyone nowadays is thinking about what can I say in this moment that's going to be reposted on Twitter.
Are you thinking that too?
No,
when
I
you go?
fucking hate social media. I don't want attention. I don't want to go viral.
Okay.
Like people make fun of me for being too boring on TV because I just try to I want to give the normal, acceptable answer. I want to appeal to people on all sides. I'm trying to make people happy to be American again. That's it.
I love that.
I don't care to anger people. I'm not doing this to like reach the top of the White House. Just want to save the country. I know it sounds stupid, but like my parents gave up everything to be here. Just fucking love America. I picked my side because right now I think that's better for America, and that's it.
Right.
I don't want to encourage blind loyalty to a party, make fun of the other party. I have more liberal friends than conservative friends. I just want to be normal.
Yeah.
And I want other people to be normal, and I never go viral for that reason.
Right.
Donald Trump apparently called me common sense this morning, so that was interesting. But
There it is.
I just want to be normal.
Yeah.
Vito's so fucking pissed at how much of that he agreed with.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, like, it's very like there's no argument. Like you're honestly the most even keeled. Like,
Thanks.
like who did we have on from Fox News
Ooh, wait,
a while
now
ago?
I'm curious.
A Gutfeld show.
Cat Tim.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Shout out
Cat's,
Cat Tim.
Cat's amazing.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
also very, very normal.
But
Yeah.
very different. Like your energies are completely opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
sad.
Cat-
I like her
but-
so much.
No, not in a bad way. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
you have
yeah.
completely different delivery, completely different. It's just a
Yeah.
Shout out
Different
Cat Tim.
personality.
She's amazing.
Shout out Cat Tim. Just did her show a couple of days ago, her stand-up show. It was great. Shout her out. Met her husband, great guy. Cat, I think she's just more. I think that Cat, they just have different deliveries.
Yeah,
that's all.
that's what I
it is.
said.
But
Kat
they're
also
saying the same
started
thing.
as a stand-up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a completely different, where she wants the attention and for good reason or whatever, and you more are
But she's also
delivering
genuinely
information.
funny. I think that's
Exactly,
the problem.
yeah.
People
She
in
is.
politics want to compete with like you and Kat, and it's like that's not going to work. You're not. Doing
You're
it.
just saying I acknowledge I'm not funny. You're just
Well,
saying.
actually, I think I'm hilarious,
No, I'm
but
kidding,
no
I'm
one
kidding.
lets me be hilarious.
No, you are
Like,
funny, you are
I'm not
funny.
going on Fox to be funny. Like I'm just going to be normal. Like I don't want
Normal.
to. Like everyone else wants that viral moment so badly, and I don't get it.
The last campaign, I feel like from Trump's side was based like I feel like Breitbart was a gigantic aspect of that, right? And like rage bait media and like
Both sides are equally rage baiting
yeah,
all the time,
But like I feel like your energy is completely different than
which
that.
is why no one likes me on my side because they're like she's not doing enough, she's not screaming, she's not this, and I'm just not going to do it.
Well, that's why we wanted to have you on the show because you're down the middle. We're down the middle. I used to call myself
yeah.
Chrissy Gray Zones. Chrissy down the middles. We're down the middle, baby.
Hot Chua and down the middle.
Hawk Jua. Is it okay if you name it Hawk Jua?
I don't care.
I mean, I
it's
really
great.
think it's a catchy
Yeah,
title.
it's YouTube if they're
I'll
okay
have to
with it.
explain it to my father-in-law when he watches it and doesn't get it. But otherwise, it's perfect.
Yeah, because I think like what you said is like how most of us, especially in the comedy world, we're just like,
Yeah.
I just want to do comedy. Like we just
Right.
want to do. I'd rather just see like a united. It's interesting. A few years ago, I was like, America's just lines on a map. Don't get so crazy about like. But now I'm different. Now I'm like, I just want to divide America. And I just want to be like proud to be an American, and I want like most of the crowd to just be proud to be an
Right,
American.
it's not that
Even if you
hard.
hate the president or not, it's like, can you still just be proud to?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear anymore like from these people like this country sucks. It's like,
No,
no,
I
it
can't.
really actually doesn't.
That's
though.
when I'm
We're
not
fucking
normal.
crushing in the Olympics.
We're crushing it everything. That's what I can't handle. Like that's the only
Yeah.
crowd. Like the flag burning, the hating being here. That's what I can't handle, and that's why I picked my side. Now I think the side is more pro-America. That's it. This
Yeah.
is better for America. And if in another election I feel the other way, I'm gonna flip.
Yeah.
I want the country to win. I don't want Republicans to win. I want the country to win.
Yes.
Do you ever get caught in the nuance of it? Because I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. But do you ever
Oh,
caught
Mike just said he's a Republican.
Uh-huh.
Flip it. Arrest him.
Oh no, an audience. But no, would you like? Does any part of you wrestle with the nuance of that? Is that part of what makes America great? Is the ability to do that? Is the protesting, the freedom of speech, the burning a flag? Where
100%.
if you were to do that in another country, you could be literally killed in the town square.
Yeah, and I've debated this with people. I remember when the anti-Semitism stuff blew up after October 7th. They were canceling, there was like speeches from college students, for example, saying, you know, anti-Israel, whatever, and they were canceling those students, and I was standing up for them. Same with the flag burning. You're supposed to encourage people to do what you're against. It's very easy to support people that are on the same side as you.
Yeah.
I support anyone who wants to say they hate America. I just want to be able to go on TV and say, this is wrong and this is why.
I love that because your freedom of speech shouldn't be shut down.
Exactly.
It should be defeated by better freedom of speech.
Exactly, and you have to defend people that, even when they're wrong, have the right to say that here. Otherwise, we're just going to start canceling everyone until they say the exact same thing. That's going to change based on who's in power, and then nobody wins.
Well, it's the reason why the NAACP, I believe it was, fought for the right of the Klan to rally, like protest and do a nonviolent basically thing. They were like, we're not going to shut them down. We vehemently disagree with everything that they stand for, and we're going to express that through our own channels. We're not going to shut it down because we think that's anti-American.
Right, and I want my kids to know what exists that's bad. If you hide it from them, they're just going to go looking for it. That's stupid. You want it out there so you can say, this is why hating America is wrong, versus banning everything so everyone sits in silence and then explodes and the world crumbles. Like,
what are you going to do when one day if you're the president? That could happen.
It should happen.
Are
2032.
Do you want to do it? Would you do it?
I've thought about it.
That's crazy. So I've never met anyone who wanted to, like, actually do it because you say you want to be anonymous, like you don't want any like attention. And I get because I respect that because I feel
don't want
the same.
attention for the wrong reason.
But you would be prez.
Right now, no, because I can't deal like the political climate. Everyone, like it's just crazy.
Right.
If for some reason America was like, hey, we really need this Jewish girl who's been in Maxim or whatever, like this is it right now, I'll be like, if you guys are interested,
it's possible.
I'll give you my
I could
ideas.
totally track that as a possibility.
Why not?
Yeah.
There's been crazier things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see because I mean I feel the same way.
Hold on. Does when you say there's been crazier things, is it weird that you work for the crazier thing? Like the crazier thing is the reality show host being the president. Like that's crazy.
When I was little, I wanted to be president. I was very into politics when I was little, a lot less than now.
Yes.
And I was like, that's like a woman president. And she would, like, none of this is possible. And now I'm the spokeswoman for one of two major parties in this country. I'm sitting here with you on a comedy podcast talking about my Maxim career, blah, blah, blah. None of this would have ever happened if Donald Trump hadn't run for president. Like, you weren't allowed to speak or have personality or do anything at all.
Right.
Like, the country has changed. Our media, our politics have changed because of him. Now you can do whatever you are, and if America likes it, great. If not, not.
It's fine.
So
Well, Howard Dean
anything's
got booted off for making a funny noise.
It's you couldn't do anything before Donald Trump.
It's fine. Now it's
Yeah.
fun. I mean, look at somebody who's a homeless guy lighting himself on fire. It's fun.
It actually, Tim Waltz kind of is a response to Donald Trump because I don't think he would have gotten the spotlight had Donald Trump not existed because he's a very authentic speaker.
Yeah.
Off the cuff, very powerful.
He doesn't
in
do
the way
teleprompter, right?
No, it doesn't seem like. I don't really know.
I think that's what I think his people said that he had never used a teleprompter before this.
Because he just seems like an everyday dude that wouldn't have had the national spotlight that he currently has. And I guess that is all thanks to Donald Trump. Like it makes sense that he's kind of blown up the regular landscape, and now it's a new thing.
I don't think the left would have been using memes to win this election and I'm not even saying I don't think Trump used memes for the last one, but I just don't think they would have taken a chance and do what they're doing with the Kamala campaign right now, which I think is like awesome. Like everything they've been doing, like from a social media front, is amazing. They're just leaning into like what's hot and like what young people like right now, because I think one of the biggest problems with this election was like they couldn't make voting cool like they did in 2020, and right now they're making voting cool again.
That's crazy
But
that a political campaign is more chronically online than I am to like understand.
But you're
that
giving
shit.
credit to Donald Trump for this. Just want to.
I am saying I do think that they really leaned into online cult, like 2016. Like I mean, the 2016 and 2020 election were so based on like let's be honest, conspiracy theories and fucking Q. And 4chan, and I think that now the left is just using like more mainstream social media to boost it.
No, I agree. I mean, in 2016, when I was like, Donald Trump's going to be president, people laughed at me because they were like the guy making jokes on stage, and it's like, you'll see, that's what the American people want. I disagree. I don't think Walz comes close to him, only because anyone that's been in politics that long is just trained very differently. But I don't think anyone on the right comes close to him either. Like, I don't think after Donald Trump, there's a second coming of Trump in the Republican Party. I don't see
Right.
another candidate on either side. Like, there's one Barack Obama in your lifetime. There's one Donald Trump in your lifetime. I don't
Right.
see another one on either side.
Do you think that it's gotten closer now? Like Kamala has caught up to Trump a bit? Or you think because the media is making it?
Yeah. No, I mean, she's popular for sure. And I think also people hate Donald Trump. And that's why she
Right.
fills those arenas. But Bernie Sanders got pretty close, actually. There's not a lot of people that people will line up in the streets for days
Yeah.
to see. She's just not one of those people. Bernie
Yeah.
was one of those people. Trump's one of those people. Obama's one of those people. There's not a lot of those in your
They're
lifetime.
also spending a ton of money to make it seem that way.
Right,
So whether or not
it's
it's
just a
true is
different-
Well,
irrelevant.
that's what my group chat. One of the guys in my group chat. He's like, "Here's what's happening." He always tells me he always tells me what's happening in the world from the outfield bleachers at a Mets game. He goes, "Here's what's happening." He goes, "I'm telling you exactly what's happening right now. What's happening right now is the media is making it seem like Kamala Harris is so much closer to Donald Trump. They want to make it seem like it's close, even though it's not. Seem like it's closer. They can easily steal the election again. That's what's happening." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "All right, gotta go. Mets it down." So that's what the conspiracy people saying that it's actually not close, but the media will make it seem like it's close so they can steal. And I don't fucking know. The president really, to me, doesn't affect my life, and I don't think it affects. I think we let it affect our lives more. I don't know. It doesn't.
I think there's definitely people that it affects. We're not them.
We're not there.
Yeah.
We're not there. Like, especially like in this new economy, it's like, we're all for like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be you're either really wealthy or you're not. And then if you're not, you're just fucking living in it, baby. I'm just fucking living it. I'm trying to make it work. God damn it. I'm trying to make it work. Come to my shows. Yeah. What'd you have for breakfast today?
I didn't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast.
Whoa, intermittent faster?
No, I don't eat in the morning. It makes me sick.
Really?
I have a Jewish stomach, so you got to really work with that.
Nice.
Yeah, before 12, you don't
So
eat.
before 12, you never eat. And then what's a typical lunch and dinner for you? I want to know what the Pipko plan is.
Pipko plan. I eat a lot of sushi,
Okay.
obviously,
Very Japanese.
right? I have my culinary degree also.
Do
Very
you?
Big, yeah, very big on food. Really want a sushi restaurant one day. So
Sushi's big New York Jewish coded.
It is. It's just what we do.
You should
Yeah.
open up a sushi restaurant. You know what you'll call it? Jewish stomach.
Oh, I thought it was going to be capital Jap and then unease.
Oh, yeah. That's actually great.
That's really good.
That's good.
I'm going to
So
write this
take
down.
that. Take that.
Yeah,
Trademark it, Mike. Quick.
Done.
My husband does not eat fish. My brother lives with us, also doesn't eat fish. So I cook Italian food all day, and then I eat my own thing on the side.
Wow. So you're mostly cook at home. You're not going out to eat a lot.
Where we currently are in West Palm Beach, Florida, I would rather eat paper at home than go out to eat.
There's no good food
No,
there, really.
no. So I like cooking. My husband's happy. I cook
Right.
Italian food at home.
Yeah, see, I know. I feel like that's everybody who I know who's healthy and in shape, they always cook at home. You gotta cook at home.
We're not healthy and in shape.
You're in shape.
I'm back to skating. When you were asking me my schedule, that's why I brought up the injury nonsense.
Okay.
I skate every day, and no one knows that. So that's how I start my day.
So you skated today.
Not today. My skates are in Florida.
Okay.
And I fucked up my hamstring a month ago, so
shit.
it's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But so
Usually
okay.
I skate in the morning. That's why I look remotely in shape. Otherwise, no.
How can I ask? How are you going to balance between saying your job is to be the creator of life, but also with your career and wanting to continue to ascend in politics?
My husband and I have a deal. He doesn't want to work. I do want to work. So as long as he wants to change diapers, we're perfectly fine.
So you have no problem with your husband being a stay-at-home dad.
I have no problem with anything. He's
Okay.
the nicest, greatest human of all time. He's probably a much better person to raise kids than me. He really misses video games. He works in politics, and he works way harder than I do.
Right.
And he just wants to sit and play Halo, probably. I don't pay attention. Play something.
Right.
And raise kids and enjoy his life, and he deserves to do that.
Wow. So let's give Elizabeth Pipko's husband Parent of the Week. Let's give him a.
Yeah.
We have a segment on here we call Parent of the Week
Oh,
or
shit.
POW.
Okay.
Where we talk about a parenting story. Somebody.
He's not a parent.
Huh?
He's not a parent.
But he's a future parent.
In his heart.
Dude, time is not linear
We
like you
have
think.
cats, so like technically,
Yes.
in liberal terms, we are parents.
You are parents.
No offense. Yes.
Yeah, Vito got one tear like that, and
Yeah.
and they're taking care of her brother. So I think I would like to give what's his last name?
Darren Centinello.
I would like to give Darren Centinello Parent of the Week.
There we go.
And I'd like to give Darren Centinello's father also Parent of the Week for raising such a good boy.
He did raise
And he
the
for
best
saving
boy.
for trying to save Trump.
And for trying to save Donald Trump and looking for the shooter. Darren Centinello of the Buffalo PD.
I don't know if he's still there now.
Yeah, but he's still there in spirit.
He is. He definitely is.
Anything else? We got anything? What did we miss?
I think you checked all your boxes.
Did I? No, there's got to be something else. Any voicemails for Elizabeth?
Oh shit.
Here we go.
I have a question while I pull this up. What is White House security like?
There are days where it's been questionable. I think the first ever time I was in the White House, I was crying my eyes out. The whole like immigrant story, losing my mind. I remember just looking at my husband, being like, "Why are we inside already? Like nothing has happened."
Right.
So I'm hoping we were just close enough that we got into some cool entrance, but actually not the craziest. Like I've had stricter security at like Blink-182 concerts. So that's a problem thinking
That's a
about
problem.
it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
explains the shooting situation.
Sure.
But it
Yeah.
might be because we were invited by someone. But yeah, it's not as strict as you'd think.
Well, when you got married at Mar-a-Lago,
Yes, we didn't have security.
no security.
That's sick.
We were really
That is
hoping
sick.
someone would just take us
Yeah.
out.
Is it beautiful, Mar-a-Lago?
Shockingly stunning.
Right.
I'm not big on fancy things.
But that.
It was amazing. Like I don't clean. I'm a mess. But
Right.
I would have kept that place clean. Like
Clean.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
I want to do a stand-up show there. How
We
sick
could
would that
probably
be?
arrange
Do your next
that.
special.
If I was like literally live,
Live from Mar-a-Lago.
Just so you know,
I
we
wanna-
can make this happen.
I want to do a special live from Mar-a-Lago.
You want
Yeah.
to do it?
I would actually love to do that. Because
we'll make this happen.
because I'm very similar to you. I just represent. I just
Yeah.
want to. I'm just proud to be an American.
There you go.
So for me, it's like I'm never taking sides. I just like to have fun with the people who I'm in their presence. And here's the thing.
You
to
sound
me,
like Donald Trump.
Well, here's thank you.
Just so you know.
Well, here's the thing that I've actually made a decision on in my life, just because I felt like I had to. I don't really have a strong opinion at all on people I don't know. So I don't know Donald Trump. I don't know Kamala Harris.
I'm right there with
now
you.
I know you, so I'm like, oh, I like you. I like you. Have good energy. I've met you, but I see so many people. They get so bent out of shape. Their life is
You
dictated.
said this on Bill Maher, and
by
I sent
people,
it to my husband.
By
Yes.
people they've never met, and it's bizarre to me. I'm like, none of this is real. Like you don't know you know a clipped segment of whatever. However it was delivered to you, you don't know how they said it, what they did. You don't know them at all. You don't know if they were having a bad moment. You don't know and you're letting your whole life get dictated by this.
You said this to Bill Maher.
Yeah.
And I sent it to my husband. I was
Right.
thinking about
So
this.
that's how I feel.
I hate everyone equally. I love everyone equally. If you piss me off or hurt someone I love, you're dead to me.
That's it.
Otherwise, until I meet you, I know nothing.
I know
think
nothing. Yeah, so I can't. There's
Right
no.
there
So
with
that's
you.
why I was like, I would love to do a show at Mar-a-Lago. I just want to meet these people.
Do you think Trump would do his podcast?
No.
There's a very good chance.
No, I don't think it's not big enough. If it was big, if it was 5 times as big, maybe because
Well,
it
if
could.
this one blows up,
Right.
then that's all we need to do. We'll send it
True.
to him.
He used
yeah.
to call into Steve Bannon's radio show on Sirius, and I could tell you that show wasn't pulling in gigantic numbers.
Right.
No,
But
he
they
will,
work together.
He will call into his friends for sure. I mean, he'll call in for sure. Let's work on it.
Okay,
Let
let's
me
work on it.
on this after.
Yeah, thank
today.
you.
I like this.
Yeah, because I would like because I do believe, as far as the comedians go, I'm not the only one, but as one of the comedians go, like I've never a lot of my here's what's happened is a lot of my peers now, what they've done, and we've noticed this, Mike and I've noticed this. We're not going to name names. They've now went extremely hard to the right to sell tickets. That they've never believed,
Or vice versa.
or vice
That's
versa
the
to the left.
going viral thing. I
to
think people do
they're-
whatever.
they're-
Yeah.
I know what they're doing, like
Yeah.
and they are selling tickets now, and I get it. But to me, all that stuff is flash in the pan. That will go away, either in 4 years or in 4 months, depending on who wins. So
Right.
like we've always stayed like in the middle. I've always
Good.
stayed like I'm not you. People will, as many people
Yeah.
tell me, "Oh, you're a Donald Trump supporter." They'll call me a lib cuck. It's because I'm in the middle. I think I'm like you. I think I'm like most Americans. Some things I believe, some things I agree with this party, some things I agree with that party. At the bottom line, I just want America to be like a safe, fun place. That's all I'm looking for, and raise my kids in a safe, fun place. But I think that with with our comedy brothers and sisters, they've went like fully like they've picked a side.
Yeah.
But I think it would be good for the political candidates because podcasting is so big now, to just come on these types of podcasts where it's like our fan base is in the middle. Like you're literally getting like a slice of America, right, Vito? Would you say, I mean, maybe we have more conservative just because of like we're living in the New York area and they have kids and stuff?
No, I think the best way to look at it is like we've had both sides of the spectrum on in the past like few months. Like we had Hassan Pike on.
I saw that.
And like that episode did just as good, if not better, than even the Cat Imp episode. So I think like you're seeing like
Right.
both sides will watch your show.
Yeah. Well, and I think most people, like even how Elizabeth has explained what she wants, it's like that's explained. Somebody would see spokesperson of RNC and they're not going to listen to this pod, right? Thinking like, fuck that, she's evil.
Well, Kareem.
But if you just listen to what she says, she's like, no, she just actually wants probably what you want.
Well, Kareem last week, all the comments, people were calling him like a fucking hipster libcuck, but he sat on the show and was just saying like he hated the vaccine mandate and like was literally saying he's a moderate and like doesn't care. But all the comments were like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, because again, people have said this a million times, but we're like a headline. Everything's about the headline. We're like a headline society where it's like just if you read 3 more sentences in, you'll realize that none of like it's not what you think.
A lot of people saw a fucking brown dude on your couch like wearing a fucking Yankee hat, a camo Yankee hat, and they assumed the worst.
Yeah.
And then if they would have listened to the episode, they would have seen it wasn't what they thought at all.
Right. Yeah, well, maybe Trump will come on the pod then.
I'm gonna get on this.
I would have, by the way,
You'd have all of them
I'd
on,
have
I'm
Kamala
sure,
on the
yeah.
pod.
Why not?
I literally have Kamala and I have fucking Jasmine come down and be all Puerto Rican. Whatever she wants. I don't know.
Server chicken tikka masala.
Yeah. Where is Jasmine? She's all the way upstairs? Normally she
upstairs.
comes on and says something. Jasmine thought she was following you on Instagram, but it was somebody else. All right, let's do this voicemail, then we gotta get out of here. I'm getting fucking screamed at. Text.
What is this voice?
Here we go.
Yo, we from Florida, but I'm living in Los Angeles. And I just wanted to know if this has ever happened to you before. Have you ever rubbed one out and then, like, right after you finish, your girl finally out of nowhere is like, hey, you want to fuck? Like, you don't
All the
ever
time.
ask me if I want to fuck ever. I have to initiate it because I'm the man and I always want to fuck. But, you know, she comes in and says, hey, hop in the shower with me, like, right after I just rubbed one out in the shower before she got in. And, of course, I try to do it because I'm a man and I'm disgusting. And then I have trouble finishing because I just did 5 minutes ago. I just wanted to know if anybody else has this problem. I love you, Chrissy.
Okay, so that was me disguising my voice. And,
Truly the most relatable voicemail
live,
we've ever
never.
gotten.
That is #1 most relatable.
Yeah.
That welcome to my life. That voicemail should have just been welcome to my life.
Also, easiest place to fake cum than the shower. Like, just pull out and be like, no, it got washed away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just do what you gotta do. Get what you gotta get, then get out.
I feel like you wouldn't get mad at your husband for that.
No.
No, right? You just don't get
I
mad
don't
at
think
anything.
I don't think that's ever happened. No, I get mad at him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, hey, you know, I'm at the point now, too, where I'm at that point in life where it's like, you know, again, with all the kids in the house, like, you know, sometimes you just gotta whack it in the shower just real quick because you don't think sex is gonna happen. And then if it happened, I could muster it up and I could do it and make it happen. But it would take a lot of work. You know, you gotta I have to punch my balls and just get it moving.
Nicole's like 15 months pregnant, and the other day she's like, I'm in the mood. You want to have sex? I was like, I jerked off twice today.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just not gonna happen.
It's not, no.
But that's the honesty. She was okay with it.
Yeah.
That's
You
good.
gotta
I think
communicate.
this guy, you know, what my advice for you is I guess jerk off in the shower. It's hard. I can't tell you not to jerk off in the shower. It's the funnest place to jerk off, you know, when you a little fucking, herbal essence. And it's nice lube. And then you, but I think that here's what I would suggest. If that happens again, ask her, just be honest with her. Tell the truth. Honesty is key. And then just ask her to maybe start, blowing you a little bit. It might take a little longer. Tell her to start blowing you a little bit. Tell her you were jerking off to her, even though, of course, it wasn't. It was, it
Or
was
leave
Colombian
the load in
milfs.
her step zone, and maybe she'll slip and then get out of the mood.
That's
and
it,
you
true.
don't have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't wait for my father-in-law to see this.
We can edit that part. We
It's
can put that on
fine.
Patreon.
It's fine.
We can put that on Patreon.
No, he'll appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I try to not ask you any like inappropriate, like questions because like, oh, family's watching. But I always tell myself that because my family is also watching, and then I just forget my own advice, and then I just say anything, and then I'm like, why did I do this to myself and my family? And then I just get yelled at. I mean, it's just what life is.
My husband's sad. This is like he's gonna be sad. This is so appropriate. I promise.
Okay.
He's like this is nothing.
Well, let's get your husband on the pod when Trump comes on.
You would love that.
All right. Anything to plug? Anything coming up for you? Any appearances?
Outside the election.
A
Just a few
website?
small things. No.
Yeah.
Just be happy. Love America.
Will you be with Donnie T on any of his campaign stops?
I try to avoid the craziness.
Right.
A lot of people go with him because they want to be seen with him.
Right. You don't.
I just am not that person.
Right.
I might see him next week. I was just invited to something, so that's cool. But I like to stay in the shadows. If I'm
Now-
invited to something, that's cool. Otherwise, I'm out of everyone's way.
Now, if Donnie T wins, are you going to be like in and around the White House more, you think?
Depends.
Depends,
What
possible.
I was offered.
Got
Depends
it.
how sick I am of this. Depends
Yeah.
what the world's doing.
And your husband is full. He's like, go for it. He wants you to go for it. Does he ever try to like talk you out of it? Like,
He doesn't talk me out of anything.
Right,
He just
right.
wants to play video games.
So he's not
He's-
like Kellyanne Conway's husband.
yeah.
Oh, my husband is definitely not. No, he's the opposite. If you could imagine the opposite of that man, that's my
That's
husband.
him.
Yeah.
Just wants to play video games. Doesn't really talk. Is your husband my stepson?
When you said, did I hear you wrong, or were you like, I just kind of want everyone to die?
Yeah.
You said that's my husband.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
all
Yep.
he's
By the
also.
way, everyone, myself included. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm,
no,
I'm not
he
saying.
wants to go first.
I'm not thinking like
no,
I
no.
want the world to myself. I'm like, no, wrap me up with it.
That's Darren. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shout out Darren. Shout out the city of Buffalo. Shout out Hawk Jua. Shout out just America being the place we just love America.
That's it.
That's all. We're not even picking sides here. I mean, Elizabeth's picked a side, but on this show
For America.
For America. But we're still in the gray zone, and we just love America. We just want everyone to be happy. Want everyone to get along. Why can't we all just get along? Okay, I just want everyone to get along. I want America to go back to doing what we do best. Let's come together and bomb the Middle East. Okay. All right, sorry. This has been Chrissy Chaos.